Julia, just give us a sense of what this means for Twitter, for Elon Musk to actually acquire this company at the originally offered price of $54.20.
Well, look, this is a huge vindication for Twitter that it had an airtight agreement. I just want to point out the timing here. We are getting this news today ahead of when Musk was set to do his deposition. That was set for the end of this week. So what this indicates to me is that Musk really didn't think he had a chance in court. The other thing I would point out is that this comes on the heels of the whistleblower coming out with plenty of criticisms of Twitter, but not criticisms that actually supported Musk in his attempt to get out of this deal. So the whistleblower's criticisms, the fact that they did not support Musk's issues around Twitter's bots were problematic. Also, just want to go back to some of those redacted, those text messages that we read that were part of the discovery process. And all of those text messages so revealing, but also indicated that Musk really had a sense of the fact that there were bots on the platform and that he knew he was going to have to clean them up, which to me indicated that the entry of that as evidence into this trial could hurt Musk in his attempt to get out of this deal. So all of these things come right before this announcement today, and the fact that he probably had a good sense that he wasn't going to win, and that's why we're getting this news now. In terms of what this means for Twitter, this whole situation with Musk has been a massive distraction for Twitter at a time when they face many challenges. This has been challenging for Twitter in terms of employee morale, in terms of retention, keeping employees focused when we're dealing with hybrid work environments and all of these different issues. So challenges at a time when Twitter is already dealing with tough, say, macro environment around advertising. So to resolve this would be a huge weight off of Twitter's back and really enable Twitter to focus on growing ad revenue, delivering new ad formats. And then, of course, the big question is, once Musk takes over, what kind of changes is he going to make Twitter more appealing to a broader array of people? And that is the big unknown about what he actually has planned for the company.
All right, Joy, I know we have to let you go. I know you have calls to make and other threads on this to follow. But question, when Elon Musk takes over, what kind of workforce is he taking over? I know originally when this happened, and there was a town hall meeting, and a lot of employees had questions and even concerns about being in part of a company that Elon Musk controlled privately.
Well, yes, and there were also questions about whether Elon Musk was going to be shifting focus away from Twitter being an ad-supported service and whether that could be problematic. I think from what I understand from sources is Musk definitely understands that Twitter needs to maintain the ad business. But as it tries to diversify its revenue streams and grow out other parts of the business, he does need to maintain that core business. I mean, Twitter is among one of many companies in Silicon Valley that has halted its employee growth during these macroeconomic pressures. But I think it's an employee base that has a lot of questions, and I would expect Musk to want to talk to those employees sooner rather than later to make sure more of them don't head for the door.
All right, Julia Borson, and we know you're on top of the story. Twitter shares up almost 13%. Tesla shares, interesting, up 1.5% just a short time ago. They were up 2.5%.